Grange Park applied for the opportunity through Culture Bridge to get funding. So we found that since COVID and everything that's happened, a lot of our funding routes have actually been slashed. So for example, our music subsidy that we get is actually halved this year. So when the opportunity came up for us to get some funding to help with cultural opportunities, we applied for it. We're also going through the route of following the Arts Mark Award. That's something that we're really trying to push to get cultural capital into our school, so we thought this would be a perfect opportunity to get money and funding and to support extracurricular activities for our children. I'd like to say that the children in Year 4 have grown in confidence, and even when the children in Year 3 went to Hilton Castle, they came running to me saying how much of a lovely day they'd had, and actually getting the bus somewhere was a treat for them in itself. It's just been a lovely experience, and even when I took school parliament, there's a lot of children in our school who look out for younger children, and it was just lovely for them to go out on the yard after and talk about what they got up to. And there was one boy in Year 3 who really struggles with maths and English, and he was happy that he's been told he could get a job even though he doesn't need qualifications. So that was really lovely. I think it helped to build their confidence and maybe raise their aspirations a little bit to see what their place in the world could be like when they leave Grange Park.
It's different because when we sit down in the classroom, we just stay there and learn, and after that, that's all. But if we go to the museum, we get to walk and enjoy the other places, and then we just get to the museum. We even got to explore the museum and see all other things that Sunderland has collected. And what I like about it is that they made it more exciting. They made learning more exciting. Yeah.
I have never been to the pantomime before. I've only been in the cinema, but I really enjoyed the pantomime. It made me feel quite experienced because I didn't really know about the empire until then. These experiences are really important because we get to explore Sunderland and outside the classroom.
I think it's important for other schools to go on trips too, so they can also feel that learning is more exciting than that, and they too get to explore more of Sunderland.
We've learned in school from this project that actually there's a lot of free opportunities out there, and there's a lot of enhancements, and there's a lot of very knowledgeable and very skilled people in Sunderland, half an hour walk away from our school, who could help us enrich our curriculum. And it's also been lovely to reach out to other people who I actually wouldn't have spoken to if we hadn't been given the funding. So it's been a lovely experience to actually get to know people and to actually build those bridges with other companies and organisations that actually I probably wouldn't have spoken to otherwise. So in school, the outcomes of this project are we'd really love to make a cultural map, starting from our school and branching out and around Sunderland. It's to share with other teachers and other children and other families, because when Year 4 went to the Glass Centre, for example, there was a lot of children who hadn't been there before. The same with the Winter Gardens, and St Peter's Church is right next to the Glass Centre as well. And we found that a lot of children haven't been exposed to a lot of these opportunities, which actually are free. You can obviously pay for workshops, but for the museum aspect of some of the places that we visited, they are free to visit. Once we've perfected it, maybe we might have shared it with our different classes and different teachers. It would be lovely to share it with our local community and maybe other schools, so that they can actually experience some of what Sunderland's culture has to offer. It's really important for schools to engage in arts and culture. There's been a lot of pressure on staff, on teachers, that standards are driven through maths and English, and yes, they do help, but actually offering arts and cultural opportunities for children enables them the opportunity to have a holistic learning experience. You might have some children who are dyslexic, they might be autistic, they might find it really hard sitting in front of an interactive whiteboard for 3-4 hours a day learning, whereas actually when they're out and about and they're exploring the job opportunities that are in a theatre. For example, when Parliament went to the theatre quite recently, it was really good to see the fact that it was set up for the Jersey boys, and actually after we had a little talk about what jobs could you see, and you didn't need to be a pro at maths and English. It was, there was job opportunities for everybody. I mean, from costume designs, there was musicians, there was sound technicians, there was even front of house staff, and I think it was really lovely for children to see that regardless of whatever label is placed on them in a classroom, that there's not really a label for them out there.